We're going to talk about how to become a social media manager and how this will benefit your career or your life. This video is for anybody who's been wondering about getting to this field and how other people are successful and what makes them different. So if you're serious about becoming a social media manager for yourself, your company, or if you want to hire out your services, being an employee as a social media manager, this video is for you. So before I get into the tips, I think I have like 6 or 7 tips on how to become an effective social media manager. I'm gonna tell you about the industry by itself. Around 20 years ago, there was nothing like a social media manager. So this is a new and evolving field where there are no predefined facts or figures. Like for example, let's say being a doctor, you need to learn anatomy, you need to learn biology, but being a social media marketer, it gives you a lot of flexibility and helps you. Anyone can become a social media manager if you have the right skills and resources. So in this day and age of 2025, these are a couple of tips that would help you grow as a social media manager. As a first, you need to understand what a social media marketer does. In the past, social media just meant posting on social media random times, but no, this is not the case. A social media manager is a bridge between the audience and the company. You're meant to align your strategies, your content to what the company is meant to achieving and what the company is trying to achieve and what the goal is meant to be. Like for example, here are a couple of responsibilities. This is not all, just a few of the things that you're asked as a social media manager to learn or to execute. These are your, what do they call them, KYPs? Yeah, KYPs, I think. No, KPRs. I'm forgetting the right acronyms. So forgive me for that. So here's what you need to do. You need to develop content strategies that align with the business goals. Number 2 is create and scheduling engaging posts. Number 3 is creating a community, managing the online community, and engaging with followers. If you're going to have fans, you're going to be asked to run ads on meta properties, which is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, run ads on TikTok, run ads on LinkedIn to gain followers, to gain traction, to get more engagements. And lastly, you're going to be asked to analyze the performance of current and past posts to see how they're engaging with your audience. So social media is encompassing and it's more than what you had assumed. With everything, there are tools that are needed to run the business of social media management. Most of these tools right now are AI based. They have ChatGPT, which helps you come up with content, helps you come up with creative ideas, help you come up with templates to work with. There is DALL-E. DALL-E is for image generator. There is Canva AI, which also helps you come up with images and posters that would work for your business. Obviously, you're going to need software that will help you with scheduling posts. You might need softwares that help you take one post and put in several items, like for example, posting on Facebook at the same time, Instagram, Meta, TikTok, LinkedIn, just one post, one software that helps you distribute amongst different posts, like HubSpot. There's also Zoho CRM, there's also Buffer and Later. And then obviously you need an analytics program to help you look at the data. So this can be data from Facebook and Instagram, the analytics on the Meta Business Suite. You can look at Twitter analytics, TikTok analytics to see how well you're growing. These are the tools that are required for your social media journey. And then off to point number 3. You need to come up with a portfolio to show your clients so that they can hire you. And then I'm assuming you are new in this industry and you're new in the game, so you don't have much to show as proof of concept. That's what you're looking for. So what you would do is, I would advise you create a social media account on Meta Properties, Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok, as well as LinkedIn, depending on what you're looking for. Choose a niche, choose a category, and build an account, build a following from there. If you are successful, or when you're successful, because we're only working with success. When you're successful, you can show this information to your potential clients and go like, I started this account with zero a few months ago or a year ago. Now look at where we are with so many followers, with so much engagement, with so much stuff. Another way of running, if you can't build your own uh, creatives or social media account from scratch, you can ask a friend or a family member to run their social media accounts. And then you can use your skills, you can use your knowledge, and then so that when you grow it, you can show it as proof of concept. And then always document your results so that it can be seen as proof of concept. Another thing you should also I should have mentioned before coming up with tools you need to learn about the business of social media management. Uh, you should there are plenty of courses right now on Skillshare, on whichever platform, on YouTube University that teaches you the nuts and bolts of social media management. You should take your time to learn them, and then once you're comfortable, maybe some of them even give accreditations. You can get a certificate or a diploma in social media management. This will help you have a better footing to show that you understand the industry and you can be trusted with company funds to run a social media account. When you go through the school of, or you go to school or university or take the course on social media management, there are things that you need to be well aware of. There are stuff like these are figures that you'll always be asked and always be told to provide. If you're dialed in or you're really into what you're looking at, you'll be told to look at your engagement rate. This is in terms of likes, comments, shares, and DMs. You'll be asked to look at your reach and impressions. This is how many people have seen your content, how many people have seen your ads, how many people have been touched or have come across your creatives. You'll be asked to look at your click-through rates. This is when you're running ads. This is the average number of clicks versus the impressions divided by 100. Then you'll be asked to look at conversions or return on investments. This is basically, did your users or followers take up action, or did they do the intended action that you want them to do? The action could be a download, the action can be a purchase, the action can be a click to visit a website or book an appointment. One thing I always stress about to all my people who I'm teaching them about social media marketing is how to niche. Being specific is being terrific. It's very simple to think that you can be a solutions provider to everybody, especially with your skills, which is very true. There are general skills, the foundation that can be applied everywhere in terms of strategy, but you are better placed if you're to choose an industry or a niche where you will be more successful. You can choose to develop an e-commerce brand, you can choose to help local businesses, you can choose to help coaches and trainers, you can choose to help work in the real estate industry. Personally, I have a very strong affinity to tours and travel. This is because of my desire and my love for traveling. So I feel I am very successful when I work with the tours and industries space. So that works for me. You should also think of something that would work for you. Let's talk about getting clients. How would you get clients for your business? Or how have I gotten clients for my business? You just don't want to learn how to be a social media marketer without anything to market. So personally, this was my journey, and I would advise some of them to work. Some of these things work, some of them don't work. I would start by advising you to apply for freelance programs on websites. There's freelancer.com, upwork.com. They help you. If you get a job, you get quick experience and learn how to run and manage other people's social media accounts. There is the opportunity to network. Ask your friends, ask your family who are running businesses who don't pay much attention to the social media and offer your services for free. Why you do this, you can say that you don't want to be paid initially, but you want to use it as a learning platform or a way to jumpstart your career. And lastly, what you can do is, if you run your own personal social media accounts and you are very successful to get thousands of followers, 100,000 of followers, or even millions, brands will approach you to market their products. They will see your success and actively take interest in you and ask you for your help to be their social media marketers. And lastly, what I really hate is if you're on certain platforms and you see brands not doing it, not running their social media accounts well, you can ask them to let you manage for them. Tell them that you can be successful running their business for them. The last thing for you to be a successful social media marketer is keeping up with trends and following up with news. The industry changes all the time. Platform comes and they go. They come and they go. So, like for example, I like saying this. 5 years ago, TikTok wasn't a thing, but now it's a really huge thing. 20 years ago, MySpace was the place to be. Now it's absolutely nowhere. Right now, in the last 2-3 years, ChatGPT, which is not social, I know that, but it just came from nowhere and it's overtaking how we're doing business. So I would advise you to always stay learning, always keep looking at the trends, always update your skills, always go to courses or always go to classes to see what is being done, what other people are doing, what new things out there. Always attend conventions, always attend conferences. This is what I do personally. I try and see what's new out there. This is also not to mention to follow industry leaders, because they normally have access to secret techniques that the platforms are yet to release to the public. If you're a big spender on Meta, if you're a big spender on TikTok, they invite you to private events or webinars to tell you what they're going to introduce soon. So you have since then they have access to that information, they are willing to share with you and you can learn from them. And in conclusion, I always like to say that if I can do it, anybody can do it. I am not special, I am not amazing. Okay, I lie, I am all that stuff. But in terms of business, this is something that you can learn and become very effective for your business, for yourself as a brand, and this is a new form of marketing. This is where people are going, and you'll be better off. And with that, I will say goodbye.